Hello, everyone. Please welcome to, please welcome to, please welcome to, please welcome to the stage. Tuta Speaks, Gerald
Yay!
of Seed Awakening, and the ever articulate Gerald of Tarot Stash. This is light language number 11. Number 11. And I see all of the best chatters are here.
Yep, there they are.
Thank you for being here. Please understand that everything we say is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. And please like, share, and subscribe. It helps. And when we're done, refresh your screen so you can leave a comment to tell us how well it went for you. Listen to me. I'm anticipating. Just tell us how well it went. There you go. My goodness. So,
ask the 8 ball. How good is this going to go today?
Yes, well, the 8 ball.
I'm just going to ask. I'm going to ask. Is it going to go well today? Uh-oh. Do I want to know?
Yes. For entertainment purposes only.
That's right. For entertainment purposes only, and because it's dark in here, I have to. My sources say no. So we have to work extra hard to prove the magic 8 ball incorrect.
Well, maybe it's not going to go well. It's going to go great.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's going to go fantastic.
It'll be sensational.
Sensational.
Well, it's certainly going to go sensational because we do have a whole bunch of the best chatters here. Thank you, best chatters. So, and okay, so today we're talking about what happens when, like this time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, it's cold, it's dark, and it's about 2 weeks before the celebration of Imbolc, which is the light, starting to get the rumblings of light returning. And so it's darkest before the dawn, so to speak. So is that a fair assessment of what I was saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and okay, let's catch up and chat, shall I? Because
let's welcome people.
Welcome people. So glad you're here. Richie's Reach, Willow Lake, or Willow Love. Sorry, Willow Lake. Do you live near a lake? Annie Bear. Annie Bear said, Kim and 2 of you blew the roof off today. So, Lori R. Nancy, A Crone's Intuition. Hello. Eliza Bassett. Amanda Carroll. Fox with a Book. Wayne Rich. Alone Again Naturally. I'm like going. And thank you. I like my scarf too. I've probably missed some people. My apologies. Ness, I see. Come by to hit the like button. Thank you. Did I say Amanda Carroll?
Yeah.
Yes. A whole bunch of really cool people. All of the cool kids are here.
Yeah.
Even though they don't feel like the cool kids, right?
I don't know. They might.
Lori R. I am spiritual. Are we giving messages today? Is there a list? I've got you starred. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't really know.
So, and
mostly a conversation between all of us.
Yes, including you all, the best chatters, because we have questions for you. So, Steve O is here. Hello. One of the best listeners.
Oh.
So, and Okay. Mickey is here. Good to see you. Nana Heather. Oh, look. Oh, this is great. Thinking about, Hypnicity said, thinking about 229 for starting my channel.
Ooh.
She's asking for tips from pros. If any pros show up, I will let you know.
Quick, give the 8 ball.
Actually, my big tip for you is to start. Do not lose your sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because it's a learning process.
It is. Yeah.
And
Hypnicity, you could always email me at tutaspeaks, tutaspeaks@gmail. I love letting everybody know, what works for me. I really love helping people because I had help starting mine too.
I do as well. I'd be happy to help too.
Me three.
See, all of us are here to help you.
Mhm.
So there you go. Hershey is here. Hello, Hershey. Amanda Carol, I got a as I see it. Yes, it's going to be wonderful. So there you
Nice.
go. Ooh, until the end of the week, I have a big icicle hanging off my roof. Could be 68 by Friday. There you go.
Get the suntan lotion out.
Get your flip flops and your shorts.
Yeah.
So Lori Hunsinger, Marjorie McConnell, Carolyn Booker. Love it. And Wayne's bringing everybody back to reality, expecting 2 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. Brr. So, and Annie Bear is painting while listening.
Nice.
Love it. And Jules learning to listen. Good to see you. And I like this. I am spiritual. I am a great listener too, but I like to talk a lot at the same time. Yep. So, okay. So, Aaron O'Nugent is here. Hello. Love it. There's so many people here. It's been great. So, okay. So I'm going to scroll up. If I've missed anybody, my apologies. We were chatting backstage, and all of us are feeling a certain way right now. I spent some extra time in bed under the covers today, wrapped up just because it felt good. So I was like going, it is one of those things that I know I needed to do it, and I did it.
You were talking about this time of year. Like, I don't pay attention to that, so it's good to start now to see, like, next year if I still have this feeling. Like, I almost feel like right before you get a cold, kind of like my energy is drained. I feel like I look pale. Just don't have a lot of gas in the tank today for some reason.
So, okay. And so this time of the year, our tanks are running low. Mine is. So
Yeah.
Karen, you agree?
I would. Yeah, I would agree. And I think it hits me kind of hard and for some reason harder as far as processing old things, new things, what's changed. And I think even harder this time because I have no TV and I have no entertainment right now. But just
you have no distractions.
Yeah, exactly that. I have no distractions.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, this big change yesterday, Pluto into Aquarius right after the sun entered Aquarius. And Lori Hunsinger did that yesterday. Just a heaviness around and inside of me.
Well, and there was, earlier we were talking and, I have a group chat with JJ and Debbie and Lisa, and just the other day at work, it was just so heavy, and I knew it wasn't mine. And I just, one minute I was fine, the next minute I would just burst out into tears, and I was trying to hold it together. And I think that some of us are feeling that's going on.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah. And Annie Bear shared, I've been sensing great loss of life. Am ambivalent. Yeah. Quilters, or Quilters, great stage name. So yeah, self-care is really important. So okay, so let's ask that. Let's ask this. What do you do for self-care? So
Yeah, and then I was thinking of before we actually need self-care, like have something ready, because like today I know that I could use like some zinc, like some supplements, or like Karen did a like a face mask, like have that stuff in a basket
yes.
for these times. And I'm just curious what people would put in their baskets.
Yes. Yeah. Ooh, I could actually create a banner and ask, what would you put in your self-care basket?
Yeah.
oh
I
yeah.
think I would put in like one of those like a fancy bottle of water and some supplements, and maybe like, I don't know, like a can of soup or something, because I probably wouldn't want to cook for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I went to the store to get some cleaning products so I could clean my apartment. Um, and I literally was like, I really don't want to cook today. So I got this fancy, it's kind of like a ramen, and I cut up the steak that I had and I threw that in there. And I did, so I didn't cook. I made it super easy. I did a chemical peel, and I literally just sat and stared out the window for a really long time and just thought about all this change that's coming my way and processing through old stuff. And there was a time to that I called it quits on that, because I think sometimes you can go to a downward spiral.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the time when that's about the time when I did the chemical peel. So yeah.
And we've got
You know,
it. Go ahead.
I'm like really big on love letters to myself. Like I did that with a class I was taking, and I really loved that idea of just like writing a letter to future JJ and just being like, "Hey, I know you're doing the best that you can."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Really
I
good
love that.
idea.
yeah.
I love that. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of suggestions.
Mhm.
I am spiritual, said Reiki on a daily basis. I meditate. I take walks. I try to get out of my own way. That's beautiful. Eliza Bassett said rescue remedy.
I love that.
Yes, that idea of preventative. Let's just
Mhm.
keep the body and get what it needs. Does your sweetheart know that you like to sit next to them, Wayne? I mean, she may not. It's okay. And eating real food helps. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Amanda Carroll said ginger.
Mm.
Yes. And the ginger has a nice heat to it, so that warms us up when we're cold, amongst
Mhm.
other things. And Eliza said, get up from the desk and walk in the hallway. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Richie's Reach said, lots of ice cream. That's my care basket.
His will be in the freezer.
I do like me some ice cream. So
Yeah.
Jane said, the old foil wrap ding dong. I want that.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah.
You are what you eat, Jane.
oh my. And Wayne says cooking is self-care for me. Yes. Yes. Okay. And we've got licorice feather rocks lemonade. Love
Yeah.
that.
Oh, to tuck some good crystals in there.
Oh,
Little rose
yes.
quartz.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Positive healing frequency, little healthy, yummy treats, a good comedy or Die Hard movie. Love
Yes.
Bruce. Whatever makes me feel good. Absolutely. I love that.
Mm.
So, and of course, since I moved over to the starred comments, all of the best chatters are really showing up with all of the good ideas. So
Yeah.
I've missed some of them. Hershey said, "I would love to put nail
Oh,
polish in manicure set and eye mask in some facial spa stuff so I can pamper me to the fullest."
good one.
Yes.
Good one.
And what's cool about this is what is pampering for you may not be pampering for someone else.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that's really important. So
I'm gonna make one of these for myself. I love all of these ideas.
yes, loofah sponge, yes.
Great. Yeah.
Put that change in a change machine and get yourself a gift card.
Also a good idea.
Willow Love said, "You can write a letter to yourself every night and read it in the morning. It can be reminders, affirmations, what you want to focus on, etc." Oh yeah,
Yeah.
chocolate.
Always.
Mm.
And I love putting the puzzle pieces together of me together. Ooh, love putting the puzzle pieces of me together. I like that.
Yeah.
And I would also say something like create a playlist of your favorite music.
Oh,
Music
yeah.
that lifts you up. So when you get that basket out,
Mm.
because back in the day, for those of us who are older, I'll only speak for myself, you could actually make a cassette or you could burn a playlist on a disc
Mm.
and you could play that on a compact disc. But you youngins around don't understand what that means. So you get on your streaming service and you create a playlist.
Mm.
And Diana said, "Good morning, just
Remember, do you remember when you had to wait till the song came on the radio to
yep."
press the record?
Yeah. I
It's like
just have to, yeah, go ahead.
it's like Casey Kasem, and you're just like, when is the ad gonna be over?
That's exactly right.
You're like, oh,
Suzanne is watching me, so I'm watching Suzanne.
Ooh. I always
She's
feel
practically
like
perfect in every way. She's, so she's good. There is a full moon on Thursday. Yes.
Hmm.
So, oh, I follow this site. You're living in a movie every night before you fall asleep. Rewrite the script.
Wow. Nice.
Walk outside during my lunchtime at work. I get outside. A lot of grounding. Yes.
Yeah, that's the a situation I could really get into because when I don't feel good, it's like I stay in the house. And I know being outside would be nice, but I just don't do it. I'm like, ah,
Jane embraces the ding dongness. So walking in nature, comfy blanket, my
lapis.
lapis and rainbow obsidian. I sit outside with my doggy. Nice.
Hmm.
So blue and black kyanite are a great combo that helps me get out of a funk. Ooh, fresh baked bread with a ton of
Yeah.
butter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so a dry brush.
Yeah.
Dry
Dry
brush.
brushing.
Dry
Yeah.
brushing.
What's dry brushing?
Yeah.
It
So dry
yeah.
brushing is a very it's a soft bristle brush, like almost and you basically brush your body and it
Yes.
stimulates your
Yeah. Cool. And then we have socks. I'm sock obsessed. Yes. So
Like a new pair of comfy socks. Fantastic.
mm,
no kidding. I need alone time. My newly retired hubby needs to go away once a week.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I actually did my hair straight straight
Yeah,
yesterday. Haven't
right,
done
yeah.
that for 5 years. So,
That's a lot of work.
and Annie's like, just for 8 hours. Yeah. My basket would be headphones and Beatles CDs.
Yeah,
And
good.
Nana Heather said, absolutely need music.
Yeah.
Oh, 8 tracks. Do you remember 8 tracks?
Yeah, yeah, we
Yes.
had 8 tracks when I was young, yeah.
Hi, Martha Bean. Yeah, good playlist. And I think it's one of those things that, okay, so people are going, Gerald, what does this have to do with light language? And so I will say, I think it has to do with light language because when I am not feeling my best or I'm not caring for me the best way that I need it, nothing is going to be able to come through without struggle. So if
Yeah,
I know I need that extra, I need to hit that snooze button an extra 6 or 7 times, ask me how I know. And I can do that, then I'm going to do that because then I wake up and I'm looking, that's what I needed. And I
yeah.
honor where I am. I try to meet myself where I am. So, but, so yeah. Um,
I would agree. Plus, I don't think that, doing this um, can take a lot of energy out of you,
mhm.
especially at first. And so I think that if you don't take care of yourself, they just show me a battery. It's like if you're running low, you're not going to shine as brightly as if you were to take care of yourself. And, it does take a lot. And so, they just keep saying, you got to bring it to yourself and take care of yourself first.
Mhm. Chiberia.
I don't know what that
Hi,
means.
Patty D. Hi, Patty D. Well, and Jeff from Tarot Ask Backwards is here and says poetry and writing is release.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah, like paper and like a nice writing utensil.
I love me a fountain pen
Mm.
because it elevates writing a shopping list. It's like incredible.
Mm.
So, um, so am I missing anybody? Brand new
Um,
sweat.
I would get like a nice candle too. If you're doing like the bath salts, have a candle. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Um, self-care, comfort care, paint my nails, watch movies in bed, lots of spaghetti and red wine, plus a fluffy pillow, and my fur babies.
I love a good spaghetti sandwich. They're so yummy.
A spaghetti sandwich?
Have you never had a spaghetti sandwich? You have to get the cheapest white bread.
Yes.
And then you just put the spaghetti and sauce on it. And you can have it, you can just one piece and use it like as a taco. It's so good. It's the best
Okay.
ever.
Well,
Try it.
I like a grilled cheese and I like tomato soup. Grilled cheese and tomato soup is a good warm thing.
That's good.
Oh, listening to Harry Nilsson. Oh, I love me some Harry Nilsson. So, oh, here you go. Amanda Carroll, JJ and all. I'd love to hear what you got about dragon light language.
Ooh, like an animal, like a yeah. That would be neat to talk about. Should we talk
Yes.
about that?
We can do that today or we can do it next time because we're not breaking up.
Yeah, we're not very.
This is a regular thing, everybody. I'm so sorry for you all suffering from it. So, eating strawberry and vanilla ice cream right now, really enjoying it.
Mm,
Yeah. Do stretches and deep breathing every night before bed.
yeah, great.
So, some of the best advice I ever got was you can start your day over anytime.
Yeah, that's great. Good
And
advice.
well, okay. And so Steve is actually talking about what we're doing. When our battery runs low, we have to plug back in.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go with the battery analogy. First of all, you have to pay attention to your battery,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because I don't have a gauge that I can find on my person. Do either of you have a battery gauge that you can actually see? So
I usually notice after it's already low.
yes,
Yeah. And I think that might be what happens to a lot of us in here with like the spiritual path, because it's just so fun to like either be helpful or, I love myself the la la land. And so like when I come back into my physical body, I'm like, oh crap, my battery's low.
yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Kudos to you for noticing it was low.
Hmm.
That's the important thing, that you noticed it. So, and we've got some love for a spaghetti sandwich.
So good.
So this is good. And
Or,
again,
or a fluffernutter sandwich. Do you know what
ooh,
that is?
yes,
Okay.
Oh Lord,
yes, I
please
haven't had
explain
one of
that.
those.
Oh, it's just it again, you start with the cheapest white bread you can find. And fluff, the things of fluff. It's like a spreadable marshmallow. And
Um,
you put that with peanut butter. Yum yum yum.
oh
I
well, that's why I can't eat peanut butter, so I'm good there.
Oh yeah, you're good. But I love the idea
Yeah.
of like the things that make us smile, like the inner child stuff. Like put something childish in there.
something that just brings back some joy. I mean,
Hmm.
there is that one thing that there's that, most of us have one thing that when we hear it, when we do it, when we eat it, when we dance it, it just brings us back and really recharges us. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
did anybody say essential oils like smells and whatnot? Scents, not smells.
Yeah, I literally went and just because I don't have anything at this apartment, when I was at Walmart, I went and bought some essential oils. Just I needed some lavender today. So lavender oil is definitely high on mine.
yeah,
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 I was looking at those the other
Hi,
day. It's right by
Peter.
the pharmacy.
yeah. And I think this is, this idea of battery gauge these days is my intestinal and gut health. Finally
Mhm.
listening and trying out how to recharge it, but maybe I need to replace it through better habits.
Oh.
Mhm.
There you go. There you go. Um, so okay, so ganache. Ooh, there you go. So, and we're having a lot of good ideas related to food. And
Yeah.
yes, aromatherapy is great. Brandy said dark chocolate, all of the essential oils.
Yeah.
So um, Pisces Greeter TK is here. Um, I did star somebody else, and I wanted to. Um, Mickey said, "How can you help others if you're not helping yourself? Self care is vital to feeding the soul."
Hmm.
And the Divine Miss Mickey, shameless plug for their new channel. Oh, Jezreel said cedarwood. Um, and well, and I do think if I think we need to normalize needing to take care of ourselves and putting our care to giving ourselves, when we get home, we need to switch gears sometimes. If you don't have a long enough ride home to go, okay, now I'm not at work. I am at
Mhm.
home and I'm with the people I love and I care about. And if I haven't, it's okay to say, I need 10 minutes in my room to switch gears. I
Hmm.
think normalizing that, because if we kids learn a lot by watching us, others learn a lot by watching us. And if I say I need 10 minutes and I set a 10-minute timer and I come out and I feel better or I feel differently and I can actually connect, that's really, really helpful. So
I think I'd put earplugs because of that. I put earplugs in my basket. So I don't have to hear the, the stuff that, like if the laundry machine beeps, or if my dogs are, if my family is ignoring the dogs and they have to go out, like I'd feel like I needed to get up to do that. So I'd just put earplugs in so I could step out.
I like having the long drive to go to work, so I have time to decompress.
Yeah.
I don't mind the drive.
Yes.
For me, it's a really, really important thing. I drink a lot of water. I hydrate.
Mm.
And when I start to feel disconnected, one of the first things that I've trained myself to do is drink some water.
That's good.
So
yeah. Karen takes a sip.
Karen drinks something. It's like, So okay. What? Oh, it's the vitamin water.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored yet, but if they want to call us, they can.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
And maybe like a tea bag, like my favorite tea or loose leaf tea. That would be kind of fun to have in my basket.
Yes. Randy, I was shot off Gerald's channel. I had to subscribe again. I was wondering why I didn't get notification. Well, Randy, you have fixed it, and it's all fine. See, Yay. That's self-care.
Good job.
Oh yeah, when I get leg cramps, I go right to the water. So
I go to the pickle juice.
I go to pickle juice.
Please say more about that.
Well, if you're having really bad cramps, the water's going to take a little while. So you just take a couple sips of pickle juice and the cramps go away instantly. For me anyways, pickle juice.
Okay, this is good. We have lighting candles, drinking water, and burning some Palo Santo.
Can you guys tell, like, I grew up in a small town in Vermont. I'm like, and a bologna sandwich.
A fried bologna sandwich. A fried bologna sandwich. Yeah. What do you mean?
No, fried bologna is really good.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
See? Your Ask Backwards knows what I'm talking about.
Yes. Oh, and we have some, same as a spoonful of mustard helps leg cramps.
I could do that too.
So, and
where was all this information about? Where was all this information about leg cramps when I needed it 2 days ago? Pickle juice, mustard.
Well, but you know now.
You know now.
I exactly.
So okay, so
I get that ethnicity.
What'd she say? I quit.
They said I quit lunch meat. It's like, yes, that's a good thing to do.
Doing dinner prep. What was pickle juice for?
If you're having leg cramps, you sip on the pickle juice.
So, well, and this is the thing. I think it's really important. This is, in my opinion, good self-care. Notice what works for you and notice what doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
Because, and I mean, we can, and guess what? We could bring it back around to light language. Why is all of this important for light language? If we are connected and feeling part of our physical body, and we are a good and open channel, no, not a good, no judgment there. If we are a channel, then we are able, I mean, if I'm in pain, I'm not going to be able to be open to this as easily.
Right.
So there you go.
Yep.
So, but yeah, speaking of which, I'm going to take a sip of my water.
Everybody take a sip.
Come on, Karen. All of the
Oh,
cool kids
sorry.
are.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Oh, here you go. And Wayne may start a list now.
It is good. This is good stuff.
Yeah. Self-care is what makes you feel good and comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So,
Well, and
I
I think all too often, especially when you start, for those of you that will step into your paths of healing, whatever that is, it doesn't have to look like any of this. Like I said a couple of weekends ago, healing can be you by yourself on in your property, just shining your light, being the greatest you that you can be. It doesn't have to be something like this, but all too often we get sometimes caught up in helping other people that we truly do forget to help ourselves, you know.
mhm, yeah. And Michelle Marie is here. Hello, Astrological Tarot. Hi,
leave
Jonathan.
that up. I want to take a picture. Everybody
Okay.
smile.
Everybody, it's like I ran professionally. Leg cramps are usually a sign of low magnesium hydroxide and magnesium oxide monohydrate combined with B6, zinc, and vitamin D, and you've got yourself a cramp busting cocktail. And that's perfect because this is for entertainment purposes only.
Mhm.
But if it works for you, this is good.
Yeah.
Jules, learning to listen, said, my kids walk around the property to free their minds and reduce the stress.
Yeah.
And I also wonder, if walking around, if I'm thinking about the light language, is because when we get into that rhythm and we feel that connection, I think what are you smiling about?
Wayne goes, raw vegetables are not comfort food. It just cracked me up.
Oh,
It could be for someone else.
it could. And I just see, and I saw Spiritual Rain said I smiled, and everybody's like smile. So yeah, we do forget to help ourselves. So we're talking about helping ourselves, and so
I got
okay.
you sidetracked, Gerald, and you were going with something about outside. You were saying something about outside.
Well, when we do our things, when we have rhythm and routines, I think rhythm and routine is very important. Some people call it ritual, and ritual is very important,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to working with light language. For me, it's about getting into a space and how that space really how that space allows me to feel safe and connected. If that makes any sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of the idea of having ritual. It's like taking a shower is a ritual. Brushing your teeth is a ritual. So,
Hmm.
but some of the best chatters are talking. They're giving good stuff. So this is wonderful.
Yeah.
So, um, self-care is extremely important. Notice the natural rhythms that we go through. So, I
Yeah,
just
because I guess you can catch it. Like for instance, if there's like a time of the year where if maybe that's when somebody stepped out of the physical, or something that has the emotions around it. Making sure that you have everything set up before that date comes along.
mhm, yes. And it is one of those things that a self-care basket, I first heard about this from Little Crin's own Jilly. She was talking about that because she knows this time of the year is when she starts to struggle.
Hmm.
Wayne just called you out, Karen. So
It was the language was coming through, so I was just repeating what was coming through. I'll share it later.
okay, I'm going to star that.
You know what I keep what one reoccurring theme that people keep saying different words, and I keep hearing is that one of the things about being, I think, especially for me anyways, when it's cold, I really don't want to go outside. When it's summertime, I really like to take my shoes off and put my feet to the ground. And that is a complete disconnect that I don't have in the winter. The only time I go outside is when I'm going to work and taking the dog out and have to go shopping. I limit how much I go outside immensely. And so for me, I realize that that's a really huge disconnect into that earth energy. So I have to work really hard to get that.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but for me, it's huge in the wintertime.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense, Karen.
It does. Yeah. And Jane said, I hear you, Karen. My world is 67 degrees year round.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And Rain said, baby, it's cold outside. I'm hibernating and I'm so not interested in being cold. That's not comfort for me. I agree, Karen.
I started actually some
Yeah.
of my favorite rocks that I found. I put it in the bathtub with me.
Okay.
And yeah, and that's nice and grounding when you can't go outside with your bare feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Karen, you're getting a lot of support.
I will. Yeah, I will say this much, so I think it was last weekend when, so I'm going to be, you look one way and there's Lake when you're standing on the front porch, you look one way and there's Lake Winnipesaukee, you look the other way and there's some other body of water that I don't know. And so I really tried very hard, and it was kind of cool. It was winter, of course, and snowing. And I let Atticus do his thing out there. And I started just looking at the water and concentrating on the water and just feeling that space right there and trying not to concentrate on how freaking cold it was.
Mhm.
But it was really kind of neat, but it still didn't give me the same, feeling that I get when my shoes are off. And there's no way I'm taking my shoes off in the snow.
No.
You saw that
Whoever
comment.
said that,
Yes. That was
No.
Diana. I mean, that is a jolt. That's a jolt.
yeah, it's a jolt on it.
So MLR said, I'm literally trapped on an icy hill with no card. Never made it to 20 degrees yesterday. Holy mackerel. So,
Ooh.
okay. Just getting, looking at chat. Is this a way for spirit to remind us to be connected to self?
Yeah, I need that reminder because I don't pay attention to myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, spirit does have to remind me.
Yeah. Oh, and here, Spiritual Rain said, here's a can of worms. Self-care, not allowing other people's drama and negativity control your life and really not letting it bother you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
great.
It's so good, so helpful. And sometimes I actually, I unplug my devices and I pick up a physical book and I read because I just can't do it. I just look at me. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So, do you find that the people you read for get excited when they connect the dots of a reading? Uh, does your teams bug you after a person's reading? It's an interesting question. I
Um, hmm.
I would there. That's for me. Do you find that the people you read for get excited, then they connect the dots of the reading? I would say yes to that. I mean, when they get it, because there are certain times my guides will literally show me a trophy and then pull it back. And that just means that they're not going to give that person the answer that they want, because in walking down that path, whatever path they need to walk down, they
Mhm.
learn the lesson. But if I give it to them, they're not going to. So when they finally get it, yes. My spirit team never bugs me after a reading. In fact, when I'm in the reading, the minute that reading is over, unless it was extremely emotional, everything's gone. So you can't ask me what was said. I mean, everything. I vaguely remember things, but that's just part of you just can't carry on other people's stuff. I think that's too much.
Yeah. What
I
about you,
get
Jill?
I get really, really excited during the readings. I'm like, oh my God, and when they connect the dots and Tuta helps them out, I get so excited. And then my teams don't really chit chat with me afterwards, but um I I really love like everybody's story because we go in and we do these journeys or and they're so like fantastic that it's like when you leave the movie theater and it's still in your mind. That's how it is for me.
Hmm. For me, when I'm really connected and I'm playing with light language and doing my symbol stuff, I don't remember the reading as soon as it's done. I've done readings live, like with Jane the Seeker, and I will have done a reading. I put the cards back, and I'm looking. I have no idea what I just said. So,
Mm.
watch the playback or something. I'm looking. I have no idea what that means. So,
I'll forget even during the live stream.
oh, I will
Somebody
totally
will be
do
like,
that.
"Hey,
Yeah.
I wasn't listening. What did you say?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what I just said."
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and for me, I think that's the rhythm of what works for me. Because if I start to remember it, I'm weaseling too much into that reading of myself, and that's not helpful.
Mm.
So, and Annie Bear is still painting and listening. Oh, and here's a good suggestion. Jules, learning to listen, said, grief planning is important. Simple, meaningful things mean a lot.
I love that grief planning.
Yes. Yes. Um,
Mm.
Here's another question. Do your guides have to work in the parameter of your life path?
Um,
There was a person that walked behind you, Karen.
Yes, that is my roommate. It's a spirit. No,
Okay.
that is George. Woo! Oh, that was my
I was
roommate,
just like going,
George.
what? Okay.
What? No, he came by.
That's cool.
I'm thinking like this question means like they have, when they're giving you or giving the person advice. I mean, I don't really know how to answer that.
That may be a question for another show.
Yeah, I'm not
Question.
sure about that.
And Leah said, meaning, wait a minute, meaning your life path can't be messed with and somebody must be withheld.
Hmm.
I'm still at a loss because,
Yeah, I got it started.
yeah,
It's a
please.
curiosity. So, Um, so some info might mean.
And so, I don't know. I know that when like when Tuta's answering things, they'll just be either that's not like for me to know or for them to know. Like they'll stop it like that, like what Karen was just talking about. Like if you know, the trophy and whatnot.
Well, and
I don't know.
I want to add on to that because I don't think it's so much a life path. It's just imagine if, and this is the best way I can explain it. Imagine if someone wanted to know about relationship, because I'm sure this has happened to every single reader out there. You see that this person is a really good, they're like, it looks good, it looks fine. So you tell them it looks good, it looks fine, this feels okay. But what we don't know is the whole entire story, which is there is a humongous lesson that this person will learn in that relationship. And had they not stepped, if you say, oh no, you're going to end up hurt, it's going to make you sad, they would not do it, thus not learning the lesson that they needed to learn in that relationship. So the way I read your question, Lee, it's not so much as a life path, but small lessons to get them to where they need to go.
Yeah.
So and some people, and I always say this, for me, if you do a private reading with me, I will usually tell you, ultimately it is up to you. I mean, like, Gerald, now is the time to hold up that, we're just, what sign I'm talking about. Yes.
Which one?
For entertainment purposes. That one for entertainment purposes only. I mean, you have to. My dog is doing something weird. I'm sorry, guys.
You've got demons. You've got people walking by.
I'm just like going, wow. Yeah.
It's my last weekend in this house, so it's a little nuts here. But yeah, it's like we only see a portion of it. Yeah, he does need to go out. Thank you. Sorry, guys. We only see a portion of it, so it's not going to. You should, just because we see it one way doesn't mean you should live it. Ultimately, you have to make your decision on whether you want to continue that. Does that make sense? Now that my dog sounded like he was hawking up a loogie or something.
Well, there's the best chatters are rounding this out very nicely.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
you get the best chatters award, everybody. So this is good. I also think that part of it is yes, MLR. I presume our spirit guides are aware of our soul contracts. My team works with me in a way that helps me to communicate their message. And sometimes I have symbols. It's like Karen has the trophy. I wish I had a little trophy that I could put up here. And and so yeah, there you go.
You can choose. I've got anime. I have anime or an angel. Which one do you want?
Anime.
There you go.
I'll take
There we
it.
go.
There you go.
So, but I think this is light languages for every individual, and there are 3 of us on the screen. Well, 4 of us on screen right now with Bigfoot behind you.
George.
George. Hi, George. And there's right now there's 61 people watching. So right now, we have all of these people have different versions of a light language, and that's the beauty in it, and honoring that. So, and Annie Bear is waving my my first ever tiny hands.
Yay.
Aw.
Hmm.
So, but I think it's one of those things that we develop an understanding and a rhythm and a communication and shortcuts. I develop a shortcut with working with the team that I work with. I'll own that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, and what I'm being told was that, you know, that we're coming full circle here on something, but in those moments that we're feeling drained and tired, or we're feeling disconnected, because earlier today when we were talking behind stage, Gerald, you had said something about being disconnected, not you yourself, but how some people feel disconnected in that and taking care of ourselves. And in that, sometimes it's the new stuff that's coming in that will, once we kind of calm down and take a step back, we're able to get that bump up, or that you know, they just show me on an escalator going, you know, showing people on an escalator going up to the next level. And so we need to take care of ourselves so that we're able to do that, but we're never disconnected. You know, it just feels that way.
Yeah. Okay, we are almost at an hour, and Karen is hearing something. And while Karen accesses that again, because I wasn't going to let her off the hook, people were talking about the idea of making soup, you know, root vegetables and all that stuff. Please remember, when you make soup, you can put magic and well wishes into that soup for feelings of love, for health, for well-being, all sorts of things. Stir it in clockwise, because that draws in. Remember that. All of the intentions, speak your light language into the soup, because it's going to, first of all, it's going to make it taste better.
His name should be Ralph.
And you know,
wow, Atticus.
Yeah, and Annie Bear says all mothers know that.
Yeah.
Of course, yes. And that's the magic special ingredient. We have now broken Karen. So, you know, and it was perfect timing.
That was what Karen was hearing. What is Karen hearing?
You know what? And we couldn't plan this. Oh, maybe that was was that his light language?
Yes.
Okay. He's just being, you know, he's just being the lazy bum right there.
Aww.
So, Atticus, he's like, whatever. So,
yes, Spirit doesn't want Sirius today because we have to lift up.
It's probably a chihuahua.
It's probably a chihuahua.
That would be something.
You're going to remember. Do you remember that TV show where, you know, Chihuahuas? Do you remember that?
Chihuahuas.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah. I remember that show. I don't remember what that was though.
Yeah, it was a funny thing. So, yeah, making all that noise just laying around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
he's 12. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's lifting the spirit. I've been great. So
what
were you getting, Karen? Because we've got 15 seconds. Because I'm totally gonna. And Wayne says, "I thought it was a cat."
No. I don't even. I honestly cannot pull that out after that. I can't.
So
maybe Atticus told us to keep laughing. That's he shared it.
There you go.
Oh, and Deb
So
Marsh.
she knows, yeah.
Yep. How
What's
Les Nessman pronounced Chichi Rodriguez. Yes. It's great. Oh my gosh, Deb. Perfect. Again, best chatters always show up. This is great.
Yeah.
So in the since this is our 11th show and we'll plan a 12th show,
Mm-hmm.
stay tuned. Make sure that you do all of the YouTubey things as Hershey says. Like, share, and subscribe. Any messages for any of us? I'm looking at Karen, who is going like this, and JJ, who's like going, I just really want a spaghetti sandwich, Gerald. Can we be done?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, we did. We did ethnicity.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad that Atticus could, put his 2 cents in that.
I really like, because I'm thinking about it and it's just like they're giving me space, and it's like giving ourselves space. It feels so good, and it might seem weird to be like, I need to give myself some space, but it's just, we all need some space to grow. And sometimes I know when I'm growing, it's like that in between time that I talk about sometimes where, maybe I'm not getting the messages, maybe I'm not feeling very creative or motivated. And once I figure it out, once I get past the frustration part, I understand that was just some space that was given for whatever's coming up next, that in between time. So being aware of that really helps.
Yeah. And
I'd like to start Jules learning
Yes.
to listen. Yeah, because I would say definitely yes to that. It definitely helps. And I would say pay attention to what you're feeling along with your self-care. Not only, I mean, it's hard enough for some of us to do self-care, but also pay attention to that, because some of you are going to be asked to do it more or longer or differently than you have. And so make time for that self-care so that you do get elevated and you do get more. So just be cognizant about, don't feel selfish for taking that time.
Oh,
So.
yeah. Yes, JJ.
Good. I love that,
Yes.
because I would
And
feel selfish. Yeah, I would feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah. It is about taking care of ourselves at a really great level. So, and clearly the lesson from the dog is lighten up humans and add laughter.
Yeah.
And we need a demon dog to make us laugh.
The demon dog.
The demon dog, my poor baby.
Well, everybody, thank you so very much for spending time with us. I am honored and blessed to have all of you here watching. It certainly has brought light to my cold and dreary and my cold, and I want to stay in bed and snuggle and stay under the covers and just allow this much space so I can see out. So we need to take care of that. So we will schedule another session 11 or session 12.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and so this is perfect. And so everyone, thank you very, very much. Take care. Bye.
Bye, everybody.